in-state, out-of-state, can now clearly see the trajectory of this program versus the trajectory of the other programs.
Because I'm going to have a stroke if I see Emory back here again, bro. I'm going to have a stroke if I see another fucking bubble screen. I'm going to have a stroke if I see him throw the fucking ball into a D-lineman hand, bro. This nigga going to put me on my deathbed, and I ain't even 30.
Yes. The Tiny Hat CEO has returned to the Renegade Roast. Listen, shout out to everybody in the chat for pulling up. Shout out to everybody on the timeline that's in here watching. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch this later because I know them DMs are going to come flooding in. And I'll have no apologies. Stop asking me for apologies. And when you do come into my DMs with some bullshit, I'm going to tell you how I feel about your mama. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. And of course, shout out to the beautiful co-host. Look at this. My FSU Harley Quinn, girl. What is going on?
Not much. I'm doing my own Travis Hunter impersonation.
Oh, come on, dog. This is what we
Look.
doing out here. This is what we doing out here. We doing this shit already. Oh, man.
Come on.
He a whole furry. That's what you said. He out here with it.
I'm not the one who gets on YouTube all the time, plays video games in like a poop air outfit. That's not me.
Yo, come on, man.
I'm doing it today though.
Stall him out, Jizz. Stall him out. That man young. He young. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Oh, what's going on? How you feel? How was your weekend? How was everything with you?
Good. How about you? Wasn't it amazing?
My weekend was fantastic. Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. Listen, I had so much heat coming towards me, and I was like, yes, please be ready on Monday night. Because my favorite rival, I can't stand them motherfuckers at all. But my favorite rival, they got exactly what we told them they was finna get. Them motherfuckers went out there and just gave me all the ammunition that I needed out here. And it was fantastic. I loved every second of it. So before we start going off on them, be ready. All right. Because I see a lot of Shames fans on the timeline. A lot of Shames fans want to bump their gums. Well, you told us after y'all got snubbed, y'all told us y'all was finna win 11 games. So she
sorry, it was hot. It was hot.
Okay.
I tried to do it. I tried.
And she now came back with not only one bit of the shoulder meat out, but both of the shoulder meats out, girl. Damn, that's what's up. Okay. All right. I see you, Jen. Hey, chat, get it together. But yeah, so the University of Coral Gables Hurricanes went out on Saturday and they played Iowa State, Big 12 school. Listen, anybody who's been on the show before and has seen it, I've told them motherfuckers plenty of times that program down there in Coral Gables, it is not Big 2 ball. It is a Big 12 program. We saw it all season where they were hanging points on everybody. Number one offense in the country. We can score on anybody. But you played no licks of defense. And you went out there and you played a Big 12 school, the Big 12 runner-up in Iowa State. And Iowa State put the paws on you, 42-41 in the Pop-Tart Bowl. And I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. So tell me how you felt before we deep dive into this bullshit that happened in that game. How did you feel about that game when you saw that right there?
Well, I can't say I was surprised because, Miami's bowl record, you just expect them to lose in a bowl game, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was hilarious. It was fantastic. The stadium started falling down on them at the end. We can't. It's, it was so fun. It was just a fun day, and us as Florida State fans, we needed it,
Oh no, it was fantastic. The Miami Hurricanes losing during bowl season. I mean, it's as routine as the sun coming up.
Right.
And it was fantastic. So they dropped that 42-41. And I was able to go through this, and I saw a couple of people on the timeline post this shit here. But the University of Coral Gables Hurricanes have the same amount of bowl wins since 2009 as one Bobby Bowden. The same Bobby Bowden who retired in 2008.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Last victory came in 2016, where they beat West Virginia in the Russell Athletic Bowl. So they are currently on a 6 bowl game losing streak. And I loved it. I loved it every step of the way. Iowa State came out there, every single one of Iowa State. If you watch last show, Jen was out here railing against white DBs. She was out here hating on white DBs.
I
And
know.
was watching the show because them boys went out there and said, "Oh, we finna show their ass. We finna show
Yeah.
They had Miami locked the fuck up, and it was hilarious. The white boys was like, "Oh, we can play defense too. We play football games." And what was wild about the game to me, hey, G, that is wild fucked up. Bull is since 08, Bobby Bowden to Miami. That is wild fucked up for you to have that going across the bottom there. I love it. Keep that up there. But what's wild about the game to me, though, was that Iowa State didn't do anything spectacular. They lined up, hat on a hat, and they just ran the ball on them. And they lined up, hat on the hat, and they just threw simple crossing routes. It's like Miami's front seven and their DBs didn't know what the fuck was going on. What the fuck was going on? It didn't make any fucking sense. I thought that shit was absolutely hilarious. And then, of course, you have all of the discourse around it. Cam Ward comes in, plays the first half, sits down for the second half. And then my favorite thing about off-season Canes talk is they all told us, "Oh, well, when Cam Ward leave, we good. Emory Williams gonna come in and he got us. Emory Williams. Oh, we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to hit the portal for a quarterback. Emory Williams gonna come in and take shit over." And Emory Williams got up there and he looked like pure ass bouncing on camera. I couldn't tell the difference between Emory Williams and Brock Glenn, to tell you the truth. And this is coming from somebody who watched
Brock can run.
Brock could run. Brock was actually hitting open receivers in the ACC title game last year. I don't know what the fuck they thought they had at Emory Williams, but the coaching staff knew that shit was ass. The players out there knew that shit was ass. And it just seemed like the fan base was the only ones who didn't realize that they had absolutely no quarterback.
They were screaming for Cam. They said, "We want Cam in the stands." Like, this was so bad. Obviously, I have no problem with Cam not playing because he's going to be a top draft pick. So I'm going to leave that on the table there. I'm going to give that. However, the going in for the half and then just not coming back in, I feel like if you weren't going to play, you shouldn't have played. And by the way, I would have supported Cam not playing. That would have been perfectly reasonable. But for competitors to go into a game and say, "Hey, I'm coming out," and then watching your team down by one and expecting yo-yo arm to like pull you out of this? Are you like, you couldn't just come in that last series? Like, are we being honest here? Like, to me, it's like the competitor in you should have wanted you to do that. And that was just wild to me. That's where it kind of got a little iffy in my book. But and also Mario throwing him out to dry. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that because we saw Cam Ward go out there for the first half, and then the news report started to come out that it was that was their plan going into the game. He was going to play the first half, sit the second half, and then they were just going to see what they had with Emory Williams. Well, if that's the case, then come out here and tell us that, bro. Say that to us. Let do what you're supposed to do as a head coach. See, one of the things that I keep trying to harp on with people, especially from that Shames fan base, is I constantly say, this year was your 2023 Florida State season, right? That's what this year was. And you fell woefully short of your expectations. But the difference between your team and my team from last year is that my head coach, all right, Mr. Mike Norvell himself, the one y'all call Mid Mike don't ever hang his players out to dry like that. He watched, like, Mario Cristobal came out and said that this was a decision that they arrived at internally. But then all of the reports come out that this was already agreed to. So you letting Cam Ward take all of the heat on this.
Mm-hmm.
You got people questioning his heart. You got people questioning whether or not NFL scouts and GMs are going to look at it. Now, I think that that's just stupid because I don't think NFL scouts are going to look at that and say, "Oh, well, this kid can't do X, Y, Z." That ain't going to stop no NFL scout from drafting this kid. He is a good talent. The kid is a good quarterback. right? But for him to be able to be the Heisman franchise, the potential Heisman guy that you got, the guy who we clearly saw in that Syracuse game that the offensive game plan should have just been run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and if Cam needs to do something, then we'll let him do it. But you went out there and tried to highlight the arm so that he could get more points for the people who vote for the Heisman to get him out there. Now, I'm not saying that that's what they said, but that's what all of us have pretty much picked up on. You get this guy here, the best quarterback in program history, right? Broke every record that y'all have at that raggedy ass school since y'all been around. He did it in one season, right? He did all of that stuff there. And you don't come out here and you fight on behalf of your guy. When we see essentially your counterpart up there in Colorado, he's coming out there. His boys got waxed. They got waxed. But what was he doing all season long? He's hyping his guys. He's coming out here before the game saying, no, our guys are going to play all game. And we're going to make sure they play all game so much so that we're going to get extra insurance for them boys just in case they get hurt during the game. He came out there and put it out front. Hey, this is what we're going to do. And I think, and I saw this on the timeline as well, and it makes a lot of sense to me. I think they knew that Shedeur was going to go second. They knew Shedeur had the late game. And they were like, well, let's get out here and let our quarterback go to work and then see what Shedeur can do. And even when Shedeur was getting their asses beat by the Mormons over there, they still stayed out there, was still slinging the rock. Travis Hunter was still out there running. Everybody was out there on the field doing what they needed to do. But at Miami, y'all wasn't doing that. And you allowing this man to get roasted out here by people on the timeline, by people in the media. You got all of these people coming for this kid's head when all he did was what you guys agreed to do. Now, and that tells me once again, like I saw somebody in the chat say, this is another poor decision by Mario Cristobal, something that he's done every single year he has been at Miami, and even prior to that when he was at other stops, whether it be Oregon or at FIU. So I just think that that's absolutely terrible coaching on his part. I don't think that he had the back of his players properly in that case. And if you are going to go out there and say, well, we don't want to give up the game plan, at least fall on your sword, like that waterhead ass dude said on the timeline. At least fall on the sword after the fact and say, no, this was our game plan going in. We thought we were going to have a bigger lead. Them boys came out to fight, and we didn't want to deviate because we wanted to see what we had in Emory Williams. That's how I'm
And also not to get Cam hurt. There was no point in it. We already made an agreement. I just think that his comment kind of hung Cam out to dry. And then it makes it look like, as I said, a competitor sat on the sidelines watching his team down one and couldn't come in for that last series, even though it was pre-planned, if it, however it went. And I do not buy that it was pre-planned so that they could see what Emory Williams looked like. Like, don't sell us that line at all. It was pre-planned so that Cam could, look great, come out, because who gives a shit about a bowl game? I'm right there with everybody on that. Okay? Just admit to it. That's it. Don't leave him out to dry looking like he left his teammates out to dry.
Yeah.
And that's what Mario did.
Facts. And I honestly think he saw the optics of what it looked like last year with Florida State in that hypothetical game if we were to play Georgia after the committee did us dirty. And all of the top talent that sat out of that game. And I think he said, no, we need to come out here so that we don't have a hypothetical Florida State situation. And we wanted to make sure that we had our guys out there. But here's the other thing that's getting me about that bullshit. Did you see the list of the players that's playing in the Senior Bowl? Because I saw the list of the players that was playing in the Senior Bowl. And one of the players that I saw that did not play in this game for the University of Coral Gables Hurricanes, but will be playing in the Senior Bowl, was one Mr. X himself, Xavier Restrepo. So that guy is not healthy enough, or that guy had to skip a bowl game, a meaningless game with his own squad, but he can go play in the Senior Bowl with a whole bunch of motherfuckers that he ain't ever seen on the field, with a whole bunch of motherfuckers in the locker room that he ain't got nothing to do with. This right here is what we're talking about. This right here is what we're talking about. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold weight. And honestly, it just screws up all of the narratives of what we've heard from Sir Cristobal himself about his program versus other programs. As you heard in that opening, that man said everybody can see the trajectory of the different programs in the state of Florida. But when we looking at it here, what are we actually seeing? We saw one team go 13-0 last year. We saw your team this season go out there and shit the bed 3 different times this season with everybody available, right? And now we see him more dysfunction on the back end. And we're seeing something that we didn't see out of Florida State, which is your backups not looking like you told us they were, bro. We never told y'all that our backups was going to look like world beaters this season. Y'all told us that y'all develop. Y'all told us that y'all pull players from high school and they're being developed properly. That's what it is that I heard. And what we saw on that field was a whole bunch of young and a whole bunch of ass. That's what we saw. That's what we saw. I see ML in the chat. That boy said Barrow and Lightfoot was squabbling on the sidelines. Boy, them boys was so ass out there that they were fighting each other. Them boys was out there throwing hands with each other on the sideline. And the announcer had me dying. They were like, a little bit of fisticuffs being thrown over there. I was like, yo, how y'all gonna be mad out here trying to fight when y'all got happy Pop-Tarts running around on the field, man? Y'all got sprinkles on the sideline. Are y'all really out here trying to fight like two hood rats that's at a Chuck E. Cheese that's mad because they couldn't get the pizza for their baby's first birthday party? Come on, dog. Y'all better than this. Y'all better than this. Like, what's going on? I see Bobby say he tried to be all secretive and it's hurting Cam right now. You spot on. Spot on. Hey, but Bobby, this your coach, though. This your savior. This the one y'all told us was going to lead y'all to the promised land. He was going to bring the U back. The U is back. That's what we heard. That's what we heard. And what we seeing right now. A whole bunch of bullshit out here. I love it. I love it. Y'all boys lost to Iowa State. I'm not calling y'all University of Coral Gables no more. You are henceforth known as lost to Iowa State. That is your new name. The University of Lost to Iowa State. That's what y'all are. And now one of y'all better not say a goddamn thing to me because that is pure and utter ass. Florida State ain't never lose to no fucking Iowa State. And did they lose to Rutgers last year?
That's true.
The boys lost to
Like
Rutgers.
it's terrible. And honestly, the ugh.
Hey, yo, that man said that Cuban ain't worth a lot of coke. Hey, yo. Come on. Hey, yo. Hey, G, put that up there on the screen. Get Angelo Smith up there on the screen. You, sir. I'm gonna tip the tiny hat to that one, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
You gotta put that on Twitter. Seriously.
That's going on the timeline, dog. Them boys lost to Iowa State. Last year they lost to Rutgers. The year before they lost to Oklahoma State. The year before that they lost to Louisiana Tech. The year before,
Mary and Joseph.
the 2 years prior to that, they lost to Wisconsin back to back. Listen to that list of teams: Wisconsin twice, Louisiana Tech, Oklahoma State, Rutgers, and Iowa State. If that right there don't tell you that you deserve to be in the Big 12 and that you are a second tier program, I don't know what else does. I do not know what else does. That is hysterical. Them boys is ass out here. They really lost to a bunch of Cyclones. Ain't this some shit? And I would say the Pigeons lose again. That should be a problem. That's terrible, dog. That's terrible. So then not only do y'all go out there, Emory Williams coming there, and I heard this is what I saw on the timeline. Everybody talking about Lagway with them sorry ass people up there in Shamesville. Oh, our backup gonna come in. He gonna be better than Lagway. Lagway numbers ain't this. Lagway numbers ain't that. And then when your guy who's supposed to be better than Lagway come in, the same guy that you turned away other recruits. I've listened to this in your spaces over and over, which we gonna get to. I've listened to y'all talk about this over and over and over again. I've heard multiple people tell me that Emory Williams was going to be better than Lagway, and then he got out there and looked like that. That boy averaged 2 yards per pass on them 15 passes that he threw. 2 yards per pass. And that's supposed to be what's going to lead y'all next year? I need all that. I need all that. I need y'all to go ahead and run Emory Williams out there. I need y'all to trot that out there. I want to see him on the field. I don't think y'all gave Emory enough time. Y'all ain't give him enough first team reps. That's what I need, dog. I need all that on the field for the Shames next season. Because y'all bring that shit to us. Y'all bring that shit to us next year. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, but if you hear from Miami fans, they passed on all the top portal quarterbacks because Emory was it. I mean, isn't that what we were told?
Boys told us that Emory Williams was the second coming of Jameis Winston out here.
Mhm.
Boys told us that they had Sam Bradford in the chamber. Boys
Yep.
told me that they had the next Arch Manning coming up here, and they were ready to go to work. And then it immediately switched to, well, can we get yours?
And y'all, I mean, for the Miami fans in the chat, I'm going to give you a little FYI. If Ewers doesn't go to the NFL, I would look for Ohio State, Oregon, or within the state of Texas. Just saying, it ain't going to be you. Okay. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
I saw somebody put they want to get rid of Mario right now after all this time. Somebody put Urban Meyer in the orange and green.
Can you imagine Urban with the women in Miami?
Yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And he would enjoy the hell out of himself down here.
Shelly would be gone out that door, wouldn't she? He'd be videoed in every single bar with his hand up every single co-ed skirt.
Listen, Shelly wouldn't be out of nowhere because Shelly would have her ass in one of these massage parlors down here with a couple of little Cubano boys doing absolute work. Okay. While Urban is out here enjoying all of these little co-eds and the rest of this BBL shit that they got going on down there, she will be right over there getting hot oil rubbed all over her while she is laid out next to a pool somewhere at the Fontainebleau Hotel, jumping her ass in that water because she don't realize that water is a cesspool for every STD you can find, and she would be right in there loving it up. Next time you see Shelly, her ass would be up there singing all of the Bad Bunny songs. Chambea, she'd be right there in the middle singing all that shit. All right, don't tell me Shelly would enjoy her ass down here singing all of that motherfucker. It would be great.
Well, I mean, she'd probably have a better view. No offense to Ohio men. You know, I'm just saying. And
Hey, listen, yeah, she'll have her. She'll have her. They'll be right down here. They'll be like, oh, Shelly, I love your skin. It's like leather. We can just rub this shoe leather on there. It reminds me of back in the old country where we were able to make pennies on the dollar for shining shoes. She would be out there
look,
enjoying
I
herself.
can't. Old Herb would just be going nuts. I don't think it'll happen. Never, ever, ever, ever.
Listen, it won't happen, but old Herb would be down here.
He would fake a heart attack before he needs to go to Miami because he ain't cleaning that up. Y'all stop it.
Shit, he wouldn't have to fake a heart attack. He'll drink that cafecito one time and his ass will be choked the fuck out. What? His heart will literally explode on that shit. Bro, what? That shit would be fucking hilarious. I wish Urban would come down here, but y'all boys got lofty expectations. I've seen now all of the little videos that they put up, all of the AIs that they putting up with all of the D2 and the D3 school quarterbacks that they're supposed to come lead their team. These boys ain't got shit to go on. This is hilarious. They go into G5 quarterbacks to try to get them up there. They got nothing, and I can't wait. They're gonna try Emory Williams' ass back out there again, and I can't wait because y'all told me we can't get these players through the portal. Y'all told me that you can't go through the portal. You should be able to develop, right? Well, Emory Williams been in this system for what, 2 years? Y'all made fun of me because y'all said Brock Glenn and Luke Cromenholt wasn't ready, right? That's what y'all told me. Oh, Brock Glenn is in the second season. He should be out there. And now y'all got Emory Williams, second season, and y'all don't even want to see him touch the field. Boys ready to get him out the paint. So sounds to me like y'all boys got problems. Development does not exist in a vocabulary. That's what it sounds like to me.
Wait, are you telling me that Mario isn't a great quarterback developer?
Ooh, not that I see. Hey, name me a quarterback he developed.
And don't come back with Justin Herbert either. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Name me a quarterback that he developed. Not a already solidified prospect that he came in and helped accelerate. Find me a quarterback prospect that he developed from the ground up. Can't say Herbert. You can't say Tyler Van Dyke because Tyler Van Dyke was supposed to be a big dog. When Mandy had him, Tyler Van Dyke was out here doing work.
Isn't that what they called him? Weren't they trying to copyright the name Van Dimes or something? Oh my God.
Hey, bro, they told me all of that. And then we had Tyler Van Spike when Mario brought his ass in there. All right, that motherfucker had to get shipped off to the frozen tundra up there in Wisconsin. All right, that's all I'm saying. I see Bobby in the chat talking about Mario is an O line guy. Come on now,
Herbert
I don't
was a
want to.
Taggart kid. Don't start that. Don't start that.
Hold
Whoever's in the
on,
chat saying Herbert was recruited by Mario, don't start that.
bro.
He
This
was a Taggart.
Bobby in the chat talking about some Mario is an O line guy. Come on now, I don't give a
He's the
damn
head
about none of
coach.
that. He the head coach. He the head coach. Nick Saban was a DB guy, and guess what? He still had quarterbacks that were put out there that went to the league. They developed quarterbacks there and sent
And
them to
gets
the
credit
league.
for those. And gets credit. Are we kidding?
Right.
We
Nick
can't be
Saban,
making these excuses.
right. Nick Saban wasn't no wide receivers coach, but how many wide receivers he put first round in the draft? I don't want to hear none of that shit. No.
I
Show
cannot
me the
believe somebody put in the chat Herbert was recruited by Mario. I cannot believe this bullshit I'm seeing. That's a Taggart guy. Are we joking ourselves?
come on, dog. Like, bro, this is shit I
Stop
be
it.
talking about. These Shades fans is out here
Look,
wilding.
they're sitting there living their life on Oregon players and stop. Mario shit the bed at Oregon too. Remember his last year when right before he went to Miami when they were like, "Oh my God, our chosen one's coming home." He sit there and shit the bed in their Pac-12 championship. Lost that game ridiculously.
Did he lose to Utah twice?
Yes.
Hey, I figured this out, y'all. I figured this out for y'all. Mario Cristobal can't be teams that got more than 60% white guys on the field. Can't do it. If your team has more than 60% white guys, especially a ton of white DBs, Mario can't beat them. Utah got in that ass.
No.
Wisconsin's getting in Miami ass. Mario wasn't there when that happened, but he can't do that. Iowa State just came and ran down on y'all. Syracuse ran down on y'all.
Ooh.
Georgia Tech ran down on y'all. Middle Tennessee State was putting feet in their ass. That's all I'm saying. Hey, listen, UNC with Mac Brown up there. All I'm saying is, if it's a team that's got more than 60% white dudes on the squad, the Hurricanes gonna lose it. They're gonna lose it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going based off the data, baby. The numbers don't lie. Like Timmy touchdown on the timeline say, the numbers don't lie, dog. You can come up here with the bullshit, but the numbers ain't gonna lie to you. So I think that shit is hilarious. As he typed Rama in the chat, said Middle Tennessee State had colors. That boy said
Stop
Middle
it.
Tennessee State had colors. Come on, dog. Come on, cousin. Don't do that.
We can't get canceled. Stop it.
We
Stop
get
it.
canceled. So y'all Shades fans out here wilding. So much so that after the loss, one of my favorite pastimes to do out here, and something that I think everybody in this chat should be doing. I want to give a shout out to these people because I look them up on the timeline, and I don't like to steal. I don't like to steal. What I like to do is I like to highlight the people that are in these positions that do work. When they give us proper content, I like to give them credit. So I want to give a shout out to some of these people that I see here on the timeline that is constantly going off in these spaces. After a Miami game, just go on Twitter, go ahead and swipe on over and pull up the spaces. And any one of the
Always.
spaces that you find any one of the spaces that has the Hurricanes going over what happened on the field. Get you some white cheddar popcorn. Get you your favorite snack. I don't know what you like to eat. Mine is white cheddar popcorn. I like to hit it with a little Tabasco sauce on it to give it that extra kick. You know, that's how we do it out here. And I like to sit back and I like to listen to these people in the spaces. Well, on Saturday, we got us a space. And in that space, I want to give a shout out to the brother Austin, because Austin spit some of the most real you ever gonna hear. So we got this queued up for you. G, if you can, hit that first one for us, please.
I'm gonna have a stroke if I see another fucking bubble screen. I'm gonna have a stroke if I see him throw the fucking ball into a D lineman hand, bro. This nigga gonna put me on my deathbed, and I ain't even 30. Fuck, bro.
Stro?
I feel like I need heart surgery when I'm watching these. I'm crazy for saying we might as well try out Luke Nickel, bro. Just try out Luke Nickel, cause I'm gonna have a stroke if I see Emery back there again, bro. I'm gonna have.
That man said he's gonna have a stroke if they see Emory Williams go back. And he said that with his whole chest. He said that with his whole chest. I could not stop laughing at that shit, bro. I was in this. I said, "This is some bullshit here, bro." That man was going the fuck off. He could not help himself, and I thought it was great. I thought it was great. That man said, "I'm gonna have a stroke if they roll Emory Williams out there," and then proceeded to list every deficiency. I'm gonna have a stroke if he throw another bubble screen. I told y'all 2 yards per pass. I told y'all 2 yards average per pass. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have a stroke if I see him throw the ball into another deficient tackle's head because all his balls get batted down. That was grade A comedy. Grade A comedy. It was fan-fucking-tastic. Shout out to Austin. I think we got another one where them boys was up there going off. GG, if you got that second one, load that one up there too.
I was clowning on Reese about his team. Man, I'm like, damn, our defense look the same. Hey, G. Willie, remember last year when I said no more Capacito? I'm back on that shit. Niggas told me I gotta wait till 2027 to watch Mario win a national championship game. Nigga, I'm 28. I ain't seen one yet. Why I gotta wait more? Come on, man. They told me big dogs barking. Mario was at the podium talking about something about that you. It means something. What the fuck it mean if we don't even make the playoffs with everything on our plate? We had Cam Ward, bro. Listen to me, my fellas. I want you to understand this. I want you to listen to me real good, bro. We had Cam Ward. We had Damian Martinez. We got Ruben fucking Bain. We got Barrow out the portal. We had Barron out the fucking portal. Niggas told me that Marshall DB was it. We had Daryl Porter. I mean, shit. Well, we had him. Nigga disappeared a little bit. Shit. I forgot we even had him. So they said he's not playing today. Damari Brown, granted he injured. We had all these fucking players, bro. Just for Jimmy the fuck away, man.
Hey, bro, when you gonna land your plane, bro? All right, bro.
Hey, I try to tell y'all, it's not us telling y'all that these boys losing their fucking minds. That boy was, hey, Angelo Smith, you spot the fuck on. That boy was hot. That boy was passionate. That man said flat out, y'all told me I had to wait until 2027 to get a national title. That boy said he 26. Why he got to wait? The part that got me about that whole fucking thing, was cuz said, we got Damian Martinez, we got Cam Ward, we got Ruben fucking Bain. He was so fucking mad. This is hilarious. Oh my God. Shout out to Austin, bro. Shout out to everybody else in the spaces. Shout out to Big Homie. Shout out to G Willie. Shout out to all of them boys. I can't stand none of them motherfuckers on the timeline at all. And when I say that they spaces are the best thing on Twitter, the shames spaces after a loss. That boy said, that boy said that boy sound like DMX. That man was going off. That boy said he was back on that shit. That boy was like Pookie from New Jack City, ready to hit that pipe and threw that bitch on the ground. That man, this team ain't doing a goddamn thing. Oh my God. They got their own fans so fucking hot. Them boys so mad, and it is hilarious. I love it. I want to shout out to every single one of them. So now, y'all heard how they was doing it. So I said, you know what? I think these boys is really having it rough out here. So I said, you know what? Let me go in there and spread some positivity. Let me get in one of these spaces. All right, the Tiny Hat CEO.
That was so generous of you. You should be a priest. You really should.
Right. I said, listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump into space and I'm gonna bring some positivity out here. Right? That's what I said. You know, these boys sound down. You know, let me come on in here and get these boys some positivity. Let me show y'all what they did to me. G, roll this real quick.
We got Tiny. Is it Tiny Hat or IRV? Who was it?
Tiny.
Oh, go ahead, Tiny.
Oh yes. Listen. All I'm hearing is a bunch of negativity. I saw a game today where we had a team that won 10 games go out there on the field, and them boys play.
Yeah, I ain't doing it with you today. Your ass out of here. And 2-10, motherfucker, tell me about my goddamn team.
Okay.
No way, no sir. You think I ain't see your little punk ass right there? I seen you, nigga.
Okay.
Little fuck.
God,
Yeah.
Bro, y'all don't be checking these profiles, nigga.
They threw me out. They threw me out. I tried to come in there and help y'all. I tried to give y'all some. I tried to big up your squad. I was like, yo, y'all won 10 games. Y'all boys played with heart. That man kicked me out. He was like, no, don't come in here with your positivity, motherfucker. We ready to be pissed off. Let us be back. Them boys threw me out to space. They threw me out to space.
That's why you listen anonymously, like I do.
No, hell no. I ain't listening to nothing anonymous. I'm going in there with my full face. You can see me taking a sip of my 21-year-old scotch. My scotch in that
Well, I
glass
get
is
kicked out
older
too
than
much for listening for the Canes after dark, so I have to go listen anonymously now.
Montre, you see it, right? I didn't even get a full sound. I said, yes, yes. Hey, listen. And them boys kicked me out. I was like, there's too much negativity in here. Let's spread some positivity about your 10-win team. And the boys threw me out and then immediately went right back to the cave of sorrows that they came out of. Them boys came fresh out of the cave of sorrows. Was like, nope, we ain't doing this with you. Get your ass out of here. So, Air Roll, I see you. I see you, Air Roll. He asked the question, and I'm going to go ahead and answer. He said, what were you going to finish saying there, Tiny Hat? Well, you know what? I have my speech that I was going to say to them boys in the space. This is what I get for trying to go into the space and be harmonious, to try to spread or cheer to the people. All right, so I'm going to go ahead today on the roast. This is why y'all pull up so y'all can hear exactly what I was going to say to them boys. I say, hey, listen. Shames fans in the space, anybody else who want to listen, here's what I was going to say to y'all, okay? Too much negativity, all right? Too much negativity. I saw a team that won 10 games this season. Okay. They won 10 games. Them boys went out there and they played with heart. Okay. You have to play with heart. When you getting burnt down the sideline like that, with one of them white boys running down the sideline on you, and all you can do when you got twisted and ran out of bounds to come back into the play and help stop a touchdown. That brother ran out of bounds, got twisted up, ran back in bounds, jumped up, and made a touchdown saving tackle. That is heart right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is heart. All right, we don't see that. We saw Damian Martinez. That boy had 160 yards rushing. 160 yards rushing. Well, we know that the coach and the OC are not calling the proper game plan. That brother said, every time y'all hand me the ball, I'm running one of these undersized white linebackers over. I'm running them over 6 yards a carry. I got to do what I got to do for this team out here. Okay. And then we saw a young, true sophomore quarterback, Emory Williams, come out there, fresh off the bench, ice cold, sat the whole first half. That brother said, you know what? The starting quarterback got knocked out of the game. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to step up for my squad out here. I know we short on receivers. I know a lot of our best players ain't playing the game. They were all hurt. They were on the sick and shut in list. I'm going to come off the bench and I'm going to have my moment. And he went out there and he threw 5 of the most beautiful passes out of the 15 that they gave him. It's not his fault that they told him to only throw it 2 yards. Okay, but he did his damnedest with them 5 passes. Those 5 passes were tight spirals, a couple of them to their own receivers. It was fantastic. I love what I saw. And then if we really want to look at the season in totality, okay, you had to look at all the positive we saw from the 2024 Hurricanes. You had a $20 million roster. You won 10 games. You almost made it to the ACC title game. You came within 1 win of making it to that elusive ACC title game. Okay, your head coach took your team from 4-7 to 4-8 or whatever the fuck it was, to a 5-win team, to a 10-win team in his 3rd season. Right? That means that he can go. The sky's the limit for him next year, baby. Florida State, when we did it, we went 10-3, and then we went 13-0. Y'all got a 13-0 season coming towards y'all next year, man. A 13-0 season coming to y'all next season, man. This is fantastic. Y'all had the greatest quarterback to ever put on that ugly ass uniform to be on your field. He broke every record that you've had for your offensive from your offensive side of the ball in the history of your program, and he was able to do it in 1 season. He was able to do that in 1 season. That shows you just how great the 2024 University of Coral Gables Hurricanes are. I don't know why y'all so mad. I'm looking at all the positive. There's a ton of silver lining there. A ton of silver lining. As a matter of fact, you could say this Iowa State game was nothing more than frosting on the Pop-Tart that was your season. Okay, y'all don't even like Pop Tarts. Y'all like toaster strudel, so that's why y'all ain't give a damn about that game. But you went out there, you fought hard, and you did what you could do with what you were given. You were out with you had a whole bunch of players out. You had guys step up, and you came within 1 point of beating the Big 12 runner-up from Iowa State Cyclones. So I don't think y'all need to be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Kick me out to space. But see, this is what I get for trying to come in and spread positivity. This is what I get for trying to come in and help show y'all that everything is not doom and gloom, baby. Everything is not doom and gloom. Instead, what do I get? I get them throwing me up out of there. G, run that one more time for me. Look at how they did me for trying to be positive.
We got Tiny. Is it Tiny Hat or IRV? Who was it?
Tiny.
Oh, go ahead, Tiny.
Oh yes, Listen. All I'm hearing is a bunch of negativity. I saw a game today where we had a team that won 10 games go out there on the field, and them boys play.
Yeah, I ain't doing it with you today. Your ass out of here. And 2-10 motherfuckers tell me about my goddamn team.
Okay.
No way, no sir.
I'm crazy for saying we might as well try out Luke Nickel, bro. Just try out Luke Nickel. Cause I'm gonna have a stroke if I see Emery back there again, bro. I'm gonna have a stroke if I see another fucking bubble screen. I'm gonna have a stroke if I see him throw the fucking ball into a D lineman hand, bro. This nigga gonna put me on my deathbed, and I ain't even 30.
I feel bad for that young man because he went off like that, and I came in to try to give positivity, and they want the negativity around. They are a crabs in a barrel ass program, and you're getting what you deserve. So you know what? To the 2024 Hurricanes, I want to say, hey, all money ain't good money, baby. All money ain't good money. And y'all boys got what you needed right there. Bro, tell me that's not the funniest shit that you've heard in your life. That motherfucker said he used to have a stroke, and he ain't even 30. That man, what, 28, 29 years old? He ain't never seen his team win a goddamn thing. 30 years old? What would I put him at? 2000, what was that, 90? He might have seen his team win in 01. But come on, dog. Come on, dog.
He did not see his team win an 0-1. He doesn't remember that.
I don't give a fuck what he remember. What
Let's
I
be for
remember
real.
is him losing his motherfucking mind. That man was so hot. Again, shout out to Austin on the timeline. I wish I had your Twitter handle because I damn sure would spread it for everybody. Pin that shit up here. But that right there was absolutely hilarious. I'm telling you, bro, I need all of y'all after a Shames game, just go into the spaces. It's fantastic. It is fantastic. And that man right there made my weekend. I couldn't wait to come here to talk to the Renegade Roast Squad out here, to the Tiny Hat Gang in the chat. All of us deserve to have some of that joy spread. And this is what we do. All right. Let's ring in the new year with this Shames misery right there in front of us. That was fantastic. Oh man, what did you think when you first heard that shit?
One, not surprising. Two, hilarious. And three, I fell asleep happy. There you go. That's what happens. Because they were just so upset. And you were trying to be nice, just like the rest of us were trying to be helpful. When we said this is exactly what would happen. Like they went 9-0, and then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna win the ACC. We're gonna win. We're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna, blah blah blah." And it's like, no, you're not. Your coach is Mario. It's going to happen. You're going to have a Mario game. And guess what happened? Georgia Tech happened. Syracuse happened. It all happens. And then Iowa State happened. So, guys, I don't know what to tell you. When you don't have, the coach that can do it, guess who went 13-0? Y'all make fun of Mid Mike all you want to, but he went 13-0. He could beat the Syracuse. He could do all those things. He did it with a better squad, better. Well, we're going to get into that coaching thing here in a good darn second. Okay.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah. So I'm just saying it can happen even with bad coaches on your squad. It can happen. But not with your head coach with his head up his ass and more worried about his new loafers and what bra size he needs. That's his problem. There you go.
Hey, listen. Your coach did what he was supposed to do. If he did what he was supposed to do, y'all boys would be in the playoff, right?
Yep.
You had more teams. You had a great quarterback. Your offense scored more points than anybody else in the league. You had a weak ass schedule that should have been easy for y'all to get 13. You didn't even have the schedule that we had last year. Y'all had a much easier schedule than we had last year, and y'all couldn't even make a big game.
That's not even close.
But your savior couldn't get the job done. And like that brother said, I almost had a stroke. I had a stroke when I saw y'all lose that game to Georgia Tech. I said, ain't no fucking way. I almost had a stroke when I saw y'all boys go up 21-0 on Syracuse, and you were averaging 6.2 yards per carry, and y'all was out here throwing the ball to try to get highlights for your quarterback. I was going to have a stroke when I saw the committee say, if your ass is outside of the top 12, you have no more data points, so your ass can't go up. We're sorry, but we're not going to treat this like an invitational. We're going to let what you did on the field matter, because last year we treated it like an invitational and like a TV show, and y'all got pissed off about it. This year we're going to let the field of play dictate it, and y'all boys couldn't get in. Y'all wanted them to skew the shit for you. You guys turned into Alabama South. That's what you did. You turned into Alabama South. You cried and cried and cried, and you got your asses left out, and it was fantastic. So to all of the Shames fans out there, to the loss to Iowa State Shames fans, please don't have a stroke before it's only going to get worse for you.
Because y'all's quarterback situation is about to seriously make you have an even worse stroke.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. If they thought the fall off was coming, it's going to be great. I can't wait until I see that. And speaking of falling off, all right, this roast is about everybody, baby. We dropping the heat on everybody.
Absolutely.
We don't give a fuck who you are. We done did our roast on the Shames because that's all that happened this weekend. And the Shames, y'all had to get the A and the B block. Well, you know what? We're going to go in and do some house cleaning over here. All right. Our head coach, Mr. Mike Norvell, caught pure and utter hell from us all season long. We gave him that work, the business. All right. We put baby powder in our hand and was like, hey, bro, make the changes and slap the shit out of it. What did the five
and got killed for it, by the way.
Oh, yes, sir. We roasted that man into the dirt and this team into the dirt all season long. Well, Mike Norvell finally let his nuts hang, especially after badass Billy Napier, Riverboat Billy, was out here having his players act the ass. He couldn't tolerate that disrespect. See, he could tolerate the disrespect if it was coming over the internet, over the airwaves. But he couldn't tolerate that disrespect when Riverboat Billy had his boys out here acting the ass in dope. He ran up on Billy and was like, hey, bro, get your shit right. All right? Listen, just because them Twitter fingers out there don't mean these trigger fingers out here. Control your shit. All right? Shook Billy Napier. Sent Billy Napier down there to the Hurricanes land so that he could start picking shit up off of their couch. He was plucking whatever he wanted off of that Shames recruiting board, taking what he needed out there. Mike punked him. All right? But Mike also did something else that we told him to do. We said, hey, bro, get this staff right. Get this staff right. And one of the coaches that we were all looking at, all right, I told y'all 3 and a possible. I told you 3 and a possible, and we got 3 and a possible up out of there. Well, one of them three was the former O-line coach, Mr. Alex Atkins. All right, Mr. Alex Atkins himself, the non-developer in chief, the same Alex Atkins who rotated his offensive lineman, put 5 guards out there to play all 5 positions on the offensive line. The same Alex Atkins that I myself went on every single show I could and lied about. I lied about Alex Atkins and his recruiting prowess. I lied about Alex Atkins getting our offensive line from the Hurricanes level depths of despair up to just mid at best. We gave him all of the goodwill. Oh, these boys look like they can actually block. We ain't seen good blocking like this since Rick Trickett was out here. Like, this is what we did. We gave him all of the heat. Well, Alex Atkins got the boot. And when Alex Atkins got the boot, he did what haters do, what just spurned exes do. He was out here bad-mouthing the squad. Went to our 5-star old tackle Landon Thomas and was like, hey, you should go ahead and head on over to LSU, baby. Get up out of there. LSU got a nice little O-line coach. I know because he coached me. He going to take care of you. Go ahead and take it on over there, right? Talking wild reckless about the squad. Told them boys to go ahead and hit the portal. Don't just hit the block. Don't even spin the block on Florida State. Get the motherfuckers up out of there. I'm not there, and I'm the end all be all at offensive line. Y'all boys go ahead and get up out of here. And that's what happened. We saw the video come out of Landon Thomas saying that Alex Atkins is like a father to him, like a father figure. He was going to go to Florida State for Alex Atkins. And when Alex Atkins was booted, he said Alex Atkins told him flat out, go ahead and go to LSU. You ain't got to pull up to Florida State. They ain't got nothing to play. And he went from there. I wasn't happy about it, but I turned this over to my beautiful co-host here because she's going to give you a piece of her mind as to how she really feels about one Alex Atkins. So go ahead and
what I want to say to start off with, and the chat's going to correct you, it's Solomon Thomas.
Solomon
Okay.
Thomas, you right. Yeah, you right.
Yeah.
Solomon Thomas, whatever.
So, but I have been screaming that this man should have been fired for, 2 years? I have been told, no. He's a great recruiter, blah, blah, blah. I have never seen him field an offensive line unit that actually looks like it should be in any sort of league, let alone, I mean, maybe even G5, but I wouldn't even call it that, okay? This MFer has threatened to take every job that comes open, and then every recruit he has, oh, he's a great recruiter. You gotta keep him around. The Florida State media has sucked off on Alex Atkins for so goddamn long. He has never put anything worth value on the field. I've yet to see it. If somebody can name me one, please let me know. And don't come at me with Richie Leonard, because guess who did that? Billy fucking Napier. Okay? It wasn't Alex Atkins' ass. This man sat there, fleeced the coaching staff, threatened to leave multiple times. When Kenny Dillingham left, he was like, oh, if you don't make me O-line or offensive coordinator, I'm going to take all the recruits I have. You know what? You should have let him walk, Mike, and I'm going to blame you for that. You should have let him walk then, because any recruit he had, he sat there, he never developed them. This man couldn't develop film at Walgreens. Do you understand what I'm saying? He couldn't go into the Photoshop at Walgreens and develop film. He's an idiot, loser, and everybody sits there and sucks off of him. And I'm so disgusted by it because they think he's going to be their friend. And by the way, offensive line coaches are not your friend. They're supposed to be a military man to tell you they're supposed to embarrass you, ruin your life, and then make you a fucking man. Not sit there, smoke cigars with you, and be your little BFF. I mean, I don't understand. Even now, I sit here and see Florida State media. Oh, look, Alex Atkins was just being transparent. He was being cool with the kid. Oh, please. And by the way, guys, here's the true story that nobody wants to talk about. If Alex Atkins had been retained, Solomon Thomas was flipping to LSU regardless. And then we would have been left with a piece of shit offensive line coach, and he would have flipped at the end of the day. Just like every big-time recruit Alex Atkins was buddies with ends up flipping. And all the media says, oh, Alex, he helps with the recruiting. And again, that's on Mike for your recruiting guy to be someone as slimy as Alex Atkins is. That's on you. All I'm saying here, y'all sit here and love on Alex Atkins. He's not done a goddamn thing. The one thing he did in his time at Florida State was his piece of shit offensive line got Jordan Travis's leg broken. That's what happened.
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh. Listen,
that's
Jen dropping the warhammer on old boy. Listen, Jen.
I am so tired of it. I just don't understand it. And I actually heard FSU media today. Oh, look, he was being transparent. He was being cool to the kid. He's his friend. That's the problem. When you're a coach, you're not their best friend. Meanwhile, he's over there sitting there playing video games, smoking cigars. And guess what he wasn't doing? Teaching them how to play.
Teaching the boys how to block nothing.
I've never seen any worse coach in my life. And by the way, I've said this for years. Everybody can understand this. And I was told, oh no, he's great. He's a great recruiter. Please be quiet. And you know this. And I mean, I am so done with the Alex Atkins bullshit. Again, oh,
Hey,
yeah,
listen,
there we go.
listen. She's spot on because I talked her down quite a few times myself. I was like, nah, Alex Atkins out here recruiting, man. His name's in all of the recruiting. He out here doing this and that and the third. I was lying my ass off. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was lying my ass off. That boy wasn't doing a goddamn thing. And now we see what it's really supposed to look like. So much so, listen, it's not just the gens of the world who saw this, because over the weekend,
Oh,
when people were
let's do
posting
it.
there were tweets being posted about how sorry Alex Atkins was and how wild garbage Alex Atkins was. And the person that we saw as we were doing our research, because the Tiny had CIA and the Tiny had, Department of Homeland Security. We out here. Well, guess what we saw? We saw one of the former FSU coaches liking every single one of the Alex Atkins' wild trash tweets. And it was none other than Mr. Ron Dugans himself.
Yep.
Shout out to Ron Dugans. That boy Dugans is all over the timeline. If you post anything that says Alex Atkins couldn't coach an O-line out of a paper bag, Ron Dugans is somehow going to make his way to that like button. And he will get right on up in there. We synced it. It wasn't just once. It wasn't twice. I counted them myself. 8 of them things. 8 of them things. All right.
And we can both personally attest that he liked one of our tweets. We're not going to say which one because we don't want to, throw that business out there. But yes.
Hey, that boy Ron Dugan said, look, my receivers, they might not be able to coach, but the reason that they might not be able to catch, but the reason they couldn't catch is because your O-line couldn't hold up long enough for the quarterback to throw him the ball. And that's what we saw out here. That man is out here telling everybody who will listen on the timeline that Atkins wasn't out here doing a damn thing.
Nothing.
That offensive line was piss poor at best, and I thought it was hilarious when we started seeing.
And again, I just want to say again, the rumors is that there was a coach that had to be restrained when he was fired. I fully believe that was Alex Atkins. I fully believe the rumors that he was a cancer in the coaching staff. I fully believe that he was turning players on the head coach. All the rumors that are out there about him, I fully believe them.
Jen said internal cancer wasn't just with the players. She said that internal cancer was coming from the coaching staff too. And
absolutely.
I want to give out a shout out to Mid Mike himself. All right, to Money Mike. Mid Mike went from Mike Norvell went from Mid Mike to Money Mike. That boy said, hey, get up out the paint. I understand you got this show called, but you got to go, bro. You got to go. That man said, we got to be more careful, as my mama would always say. Got to be more careful. And got him up out the paint. And that boy said, we up out of here. We could see this. That offensive line couldn't hold back water. That offensive line was playing bad. That offensive line is the reason that our quarterback, Jordan Travis, had to scramble for his life and make crazy play after crazy play. That offensive line wasn't protecting anything. And Alex Atkins, when I'm looking at what I see, this is hindsight being 2020. Because again, when we were in the thick of it, I was riding for Atkins. I was out here telling people, my O-line coach.
You sure were.
I was out here telling everybody, my O-line coach is out here recruiting his ass off. My O-line coach brought us from nothing up to something, right? And now when we're looking at it, hindsight being 2020, that offensive line was the worst unit on the field, period.
In college football.
That 2023 team that we saw, the best, if you went and ranked every single one of them those position groups, it wasn't the linebackers that was the worst. It wasn't the D-line, wasn't the DBs, wasn't the wide receivers. It was that offensive line. That offensive line was the worst unit on the squad. And that offensive line is a big part of the reason why our quarterback had to scramble his ass off, and a big part of the reason why our quarterback got hurt, because he had to scramble his ass off. So, hey, I thought it was hilarious when I saw Dugans liking the tweets. It was great. It was fantastic. Shout out to everybody who's liking and subscribing. Please hit that like and subscribe. We won away, baby.
Yeah, one away from 3,000.
We won away.
Let's do it.
If you ain't liked and subscribe, we better hit 3,000 before we get up out of here. I tell you that much. I'm gonna start roasting every single one of y'all. Man, get that 3,000 up here, baby. Just one of y'all. Go ahead and subscribe right now. Do work. But yeah, that was hilarious to me. So I thought that was great. It was fantastic.
Well, but again, you see Florida State media is still sucking off on Alex Atkins today. I've seen a bunch of videos.
I don't give a fuck about Florida State media. They're the same motherfuckers that had me out here lying. They lied to me all last season. Motherfuckers lied to me about everything. I'm sorry.
This was so disgusting. Oh, he's just being transparent with the kid. Who gives a shit? That guy sat here for years, taking millions of dollars, sitting on his thumbs, playing video games with a bunch of fat kids that he never developed.
Listen, we saw Burst Fade. Burst Fade was in the program for what, 3 years? The only time we saw Burst Fade fight was when he actually went out there to try to throw hands with somebody. Because they said, hey, y'all, I'm sorry, I couldn't fight nobody on the field, but at least I can go out here and swing on an opposing player. Shout out to Drip King. He the 3,000 subscriber. Hey, hold on. Hold on. No. Hell no. I'm not going to give him no props for that. Drip King, your ass has been in this chat every single week, all season long, and you just subscribing? Nah, take your subscription back. Get out of here. Get out of here. We don't need
George is going to kill you. Bro. He's going to kill you for that.
Fuck out of here, Drip Kings. You've been in here all season long and you just subscribing, bro. Listen. I'm about to flame your ass when we get on the chat, when I get on the timeline. I'm telling you that right now. All right, I'm telling you that right now. Motherfucker been in here all season long and he just subscribing. You a whole hoe for that, bro. You're a whole asshole. Thank you for the subscribe anyway, though. But I'm not happy about it. All right. Thank you for it. I'm gonna be nice, but I'm not happy about it. Your ass should have been in here all. Yeah, ain't no chill out. You just saw you wasn't my ass. Yeah. You got caught. You just like that one parent who's like, yeah, I'll come out here and buy some of your Girl Scout cookies. And then you go out there and realize that your name ain't even on the list. You the only one ain't paid for shit. Your ass was in here getting free entertainment out here. And you ain't did nothing. All right. Hey, we can flame off, Drip Kings. We can flame off, bro. I love it. I like that energy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody for getting us up to that 3K. We had about an hour. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Excuse us, Colorado.
Oh, come on, dog. I'm not going to do that to them.
Yo, I'm doing it because George got his white DBs. They flamed the hell out of Colorado. Those Mormons went in there and beat the shit out of those boys, and their starters played the whole damn game.
They sure did. Listen, the BYU whooped Colorado at 36-14. At one point, I want to say they were up like 27-0 or 20-0 or some shit like that. They had Shador out there. They had Travis out there. Their entire team played that whole time. Dion made a big ass show about giving them boys proper insurance just in case they got hurt before the draft. All of that, which was great. It was fire. I absolutely.
It's a year too late, but cool because last year he had them out there play without it. But that's fine.
And them white boys from BYU, they was like, hey, bruh, we got some soaking to do when we get back to the campus. That's what we got to do out here. Them boys said they wasn't finna have it. I see Renegade report said BYU multiple ranked wins, less losses, and yet Kirk and the crew all picked
absolutely
Colorado.
And they all picked Miami over Iowa State. Every last one of them. Because wins don't matter to the ESPN crew. That's the thing. Wins aren't important. We don't have to worry about wins anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Wins and losses are not a big deal in sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's hypotheticals. It's rankings. Whoa, they rolled Lee Corso out there? I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stop. Poorly.
Listen, them boys went out there and they said, hey, we got some strange back at the house. We know we can't fuck them, but we damn sure can lay on top of them and act like we are, though. And we'll be damned if we go back after losing to all of these brothers up here in Colorado. They went up there to show them what real mountain men, real snow mountain men can do. when they get out there on that field. And the BYU boys whooped they ass, and it was hilarious. I was like, damn, Shadua, y'all boys was out here with gold chains. Y'all boys was out here doing work. I was giving Travis Hunter a pass because he going through some personal issues in the media and all of this other mess. I sure was. I was ready to come out here and lie big time for y'all boys. And my God, them boys went out there and beat their ass.
That's pathetic.
They put belt to ass on them boys. Belt.
You're gonna come out here and lie because he can't get his woman out of control? Please.
Hell yeah.
Here's the problem. That's y'all's problem. That's not my problem. I don't have to do that. They sucked. There wasn't anything about that game that was good for them. Nada, 0, 0, 0. They got lit up. And guess what happened to Florida State when they played BYU? When BYU was ranked, what? Hey guys, y'all check me out here at Provo. Y'all check me out. BYU was ranked number 2, I believe. Number 2. And guess what happened? Kasparowski lit up on them Mormons, okay? We were able to take care of business as the unranked team. Horrible year. And guess what? Beat their ass in their own stadium with no booze being provided. PS, okay? Colorado comes in there all worried about their bling and their this and their that. And they got their sunglasses on and they got their ass whipped. By Mormons.
They got their ass beat.
Do you understand? Like, that is terrible. Like, if my team had lost like that, Lord have mercy. But no, my team didn't. They went into their house, beat their ass in their stadium, and then probably took half their girls home.
I see Daily Chop in the chat. That boy said BYU was like, Travis only got one wife? Oh, hell no.
Yep. Y'all know I'm right too, because we beat the shit out of them as an unranked team in their house. I don't want to hear this about Colorado and Dion and this and this and this and that anymore. I don't want to hear it. I don't.
Hey, listen, I can't say nothing because them boys got their asses whooped. Unless Daily Chop again said, boys got their ass beat by the great grandchildren of the guy on the oatmeals. But hey,
facts.
Yo, come
those
on,
are Puritans though, but that's
come on, dog. Not the Quaker Oats, man. The Quaker Oats, man. Great grandkids was whooping. Hey, yo, them boys got whooped up by them dudes that had Tom Cruise jumping on that couch. Like, come on. They got their asses whooped.
It was BYU terrible. You know, Shiloh had the big speech that all the ESPN guys put out on Twitter going, hey, yo, you know, they kept us from winning the Big 12 because they beat Houston. Well, I mean, you getting your ass kicked by Kansas and Kansas State kept you out of the Big 12 championship, but that's fine. Neither here nor there. But it was so ridiculous. The pomp and stance, the way everybody acts like they're just supposed to win. Why? What top 25 team have they beaten? I'll wait.
None.
Okay.
None. But I do
Same
know,
as Miami, by the way.
Oh, damn, the Shames stay catching strays. And y'all deserve it. But I'm with you on it. Listen, Shiloh was out there dancing and doing all that shit, and it happened to be a flag on the play, which was hilarious. Then he went out there and got burnt. He broke up another play, and it was another flag. He was out there celebrating. It was like every time Shiloh got up with that 21, the universe was just like, nah, bro, fuck off. Like, we're not giving you credit for none of this bullshit. And they just kept taking them shits back over and over and over. It was fantastic.
I loved it. It was a great night.
I like Prom. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Prom, even though he snaked us with Travis Hunter. I know all of that. I understand the bad blood that some Florida State fans have for him. I like.
That's not why I have bad blood. I have bad blood. He didn't show up at Bobby's funeral for the speech. That's what I have bad blood.
Oof. Damn. She said this is going back a decade, bro. Jen ain't happy about this at all.
Oh no, but then he shows up at the gravesite and wants a prime speaking spot. Get the fuck out of here, dude. That's it. There you go.
Hey, listen, them boys got their asses beat, and that's just what that shit was. Oh, I see G in the chat said Mississippi State pilfering his coaching staff. I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do, but Mississippi State, like, the fuck you gonna do there? Ain't shit to do in fucking Mississippi State. Them niggas ain't never win shit a day in their existence.
They don't even have Domino's. Have y'all ever been to Starkville? It'll be the last time you go to Starkville. I can promise you that.
Yeah, don't do it. Ain't shit to do there. Ain't shit to do in Starkville. Like the name of the fucking city just sounds like ass. Like who would do
The
that?
women are fat. There's no restaurants. It's disgusting. You know, I mean, I guess if cow tipping is your thing, you know, head on over.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what else to say.
Mm-mm.
They don't even have bars open after 10.
I mean, yeah, because they all sundown towns. That's why. Hell, they know that the brothers can't be out there. They don't want brothers to get put up out here. The fuck? The boys got ran down on. So yeah. I see it. Shout out to Big Game James. We love Big Game. Big Game is hilarious. But Big Game on the timeline, he said the Mormon boys told Travis they got his girl in the back room getting a soap train ran on her. And, I mean, listen. Shout out to Big Game.
She's
James.
awful. Like,
that
I'm sorry.
Shit had me dying. Mm-hmm. He said somebody said the Pilgrim in number 11, the Mighty Morphin Mormons is looking like Casper the Hunter. I ain't finna do this. AG, we finna get out of here, bro. But
he is such a wuss. He doesn't want to go in on those guys. I get it.
Yeah, I'm with you on it. AG, run that shit one more time because Cuz had a stroke. Throw that shit for me one more time, bro.
Pathetic.
Oh man. I need that again, G. Throw that shit up there for me. We gonna get out of here on that.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who subscribed. 3,000 subscribers for the channel. We absolutely love it. Shout out to everybody on the timeline watching that bitch here. And listen, pull up here every Monday, dog. That's all we do. We talk shit regardless of who it is. So I do want to say thank you to everybody who pulls up, everybody who goes back and forth with me, everybody who comes up. Daily Chop said the fighting Joseph Smiths. That is fucking hilarious. We gonna get the fuck out of here. And of course, shout out to my co-host, the beautiful FSU Harley Quinn, my girl Jen. Tiny Hat Gang. We out.
Recruits in-state, out-of-state can now clearly see the trajectory of this program versus the trajectory of the other programs.
Because I'm going to have a stroke if I see Emory back here again, bro. I'm going to have a stroke if I see another fucking